Okay, let's talk about some news. We're going to begin with the latest results from the midterms. Fox News projects Democrat Katie Hobbs will defeat GOP candidate Kari Lake out in Arizona for that gubernatorial race after an intense, hard-fought campaign.
Meanwhile, the Republican Party now just one seat away from taking back the U.S. House of Representatives.
I will bring you the latest with Kevin Corke. He's in Washington. Hey, Kevin.
Good morning, Steve Ainsley and BK. Now, the truth is some really want that gubernatorial race in Arizona to be over and done with. We can all move on. But if the final tally ends up within a half of a percentage point, we could actually see a recount, and that could happen. But for the moment, all we do know is that Katie Hobbs, who wouldn't debate and some even argue barely campaigned, still managed to have the ground game to draw over 1 million votes, and just enough apparently to beat Kari Lake in the gubernatorial race in the Grand Canyon state. She took to Twitter to say this: "Democracy is worth the wait. Thank you, Arizona. I'm so honored and so proud to be your next governor." But if you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. If that is, of course, you think Kari Lake agrees, which apparently she doesn't. She tweeted this adroitly: "Arizonans know BS when they see it." Well, there's that. All right, how about the House race? Republicans 217, Democrats 205. Still some races out there, but it does mean that at 217, the Republicans only need one more to have the majority, and it does appear they'll get there. By the way, last night, while we were working on Fox News at night, a bunch of races actually sort of came in all for the GOP. New York 22, California 41, California 45, and New York 22, by the way, was a very deep blue district. Meanwhile, over on Capitol Hill, while there is a move to solidify leadership by tomorrow, some of the GOP say not so fast.
It's time for something different. And to come in here and to continue the status quo isn't acceptable. We need a change. We need to earn people's respect. And that starts tomorrow with having a full-fledged debate about the leadership of this party, the leadership of this country. And we need to actually make sure that we're going to represent the people.
Chip Roy, a real straight shooter. Meantime, on the Senate side of the Hill, which of course is where Herschel Walker would love to end up with the GOP here in Washington, his effort to do that just got a huge boost, raking in about $11 million to help in his runoff battle against Raphael Warnock. Of course, that's coming up in December, about which Texas Senator Ted Cruz says, listen, once we know how that race turns out, then and only then should we decide party leadership.
It would be insane if we reelect the same leadership 2 days from now. If we say, hey, nothing happened, everything's good, keep rowing off the waterfall, crash into the rocks, everything's awesome. The idea that we would have leadership elections on Wednesday is insane.
And there is inertia to delay because there are more and more reports coming out that some of those who are currently ensconced in leadership may not have the votes by then to secure the positions that they'd like. And so there is more of a move, more talk here in Washington about delaying the vote. We'll see if that all pans out. Of course, I will be here with you for that. But for now, back to you.
Thank you very much, Kevin Corke.